With the 3D patches that I create to stick onto my t-shirts, it's actually made using a flexible PLA compared to a TPU or something like that. The reason I ran the flexible PLA is that it is environmentally friendly. I didn't really want to run too many plastics. Everybody uses plastics nowadays. Why not just try and cut it down a little bit? But the main thing for these to print correctly is I print them face down on the print bed. What this does is it allows me to go and get this really nice surface texture on the white and then give me this sort of Velcro texture for the black. You can tell straight away that it just has a different feel compared to a usual 3D print, where if you printed it bottom up, the top layer will have these really small layer lines going through it all. This way it eliminates all of that and it just gives you a really nice surface. And depending on the print bed that I choose to use, I can get different textures in it too. This white bit right here is actually support material. So when you're printing on a 3D printer, you create this support material because each layer goes on top of the other layer. So if you don't have that material to support the next layer, it ends up dipping down. So what this does is it basically goes and creates it so this white area on top is a little bit raised compared to the black. It gives a bit of an embossed feel to it. With the hem 3D printed tags, it just is a little bit larger, and the reason I've made it larger is I fold it in half and it actually sits around the hem of your t-shirt to really hold it in place and to give you a double-sided look to it. The QR code I like to put on the outside, a little bit of branding, and 6050 sits on the inside. As you can see with them, there isn't that much space to put that stitch in. So I've made sure that I have enough room to get it in, but I really run that outside edge. I also add a stitch line across the bottom of the fold too to make sure that that sits flat and it doesn't bubble up like you can see here. It will sit flat on the actual t-shirt itself, and that really secures it down. I don't have any issues going forward from that. The 3D printing portion of this has been really interesting. It took me a while to actually figure out the design to make it as easy as it is to remove the support material. A lot of it comes down to how thick you want this to be, but also keeping the flexibility. So for these designs here, I came up with a solution that if they sit around 1.6 to 1.8 millimeters thick, it ends up being the most sturdy but flexible design I could make. Anything less than that, especially when you're printing it face down, the backing here, you won't be able to see, but the backing here will end up getting all these holes in it, which honestly on a t-shirt, I don't know if you'd really notice that, but I wanted it to just be really clean. And this was the easiest way to do it. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you are interested in making something like this yourself, please ask me any questions. I'm always happy to help out. This is one of the things that I learnt through trial and error. And if some of my tips save you time, that's awesome.